Annie, how did you find the place today?
Yeah, it was alright. Bit of traffic, but got here eventually.
Well, I'm really glad that you made it. So what can I help you with today?
So about 3 months ago, I was let go from my job, and it really came as a huge shock for me because I've trained so long in this position and was sort of moving up levels and felt like I was doing really well. So definitely was unexpected, and I haven't. For the last 3 months, I've been looking for another role similar, and no luck as of yet.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear about the loss of your job. That is a really hard thing to go through, especially seeing as it was a shock to you. You felt like you were, hitting your strides there, and it's really thrown you.
Yeah, definitely. It was really fulfilling for me as well. I didn't. In the meantime, because got to pay the bills, I've had to get a job at just the local petrol station, and how I feel day to day has really shifted since then. Like before, I'd wake up and I was kind of excited for the day, or at least like had in my mind like these are the things I want to get done, and confident that I could succeed in them, and it was very satisfying. But now I wake up and I just feel dread that I don't want to go to the petrol station, and I'm bored a lot of the time. I don't feel great about myself being there, because I was using all of these like skills and strengths of mine before, and now they might as well not be there because I'm not using them. That's been really difficult to face.
So I'm hearing, if I'm right, that with the loss of your job, you're actually sensing a bit of grief and loss to who you are as a person. So your identity was wrapped up in your job. It made you feel good, going to work, using your skills, and now that's being taken away from you, not by choice. So there's actually a bit of loss there, not only job but also of yourself a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the strengths and skills that I used in that job is like a good thing to be reminded of day to day for your self-worth and making me feel decent about myself. And now not having that, and been feeling really low and not feeling too great about myself, particularly because I keep overthinking, and it's going around in my mind as to why I was chosen to be let go. Because I thought I was doing really well, and I felt like I was doing really well. I was receiving really good feedback. So I think the unknown of that is really getting to me, and making me question myself a lot, to be like, am I really as good at those things as I thought I was doing? Like, trying to figure out what I was missing there.
Okay, so you're feeling a little bit confused. You were receiving decent feedback, but then the redundancies come out of the blue for you. That is confusing. I can imagine feeling confused with that situation as well. You also mentioned your self-worth and how maybe your job was wrapped up in that. Could you tell me a little bit more about how that's been affected?
I feel like I really enjoyed I had a bit of a leadership role as well, and I found it very great to collaborate with people and work with people and organise what needs to be done, and having that all come together felt like I was really accomplishing something as well as part of something in that team, and doing some sort of good. But now I feel like my role is very, like anyone could really do it, I guess. I feel like I'm not adding much to society, I guess, anymore, to my community. And most of the time I don't even have any co-workers on with me at the time. So the only interaction I have is customers coming in to pay for their petrol, maybe grab some Sour Patch Kids and barely look at me and get on their way. So it's been really, really difficult, that adjustment, and so much time as well at the petrol station when there's no one in there, that I'm just left with my thoughts to ruminate on all of these things. Time's been going very slowly.
It actually sounds like you're maybe a little bit feeling a bit lonely. You mentioned that your past position, you worked collaboratively within a team, so maybe you're feeling a bit of a loss of that team spirit as well, that you're finding it hard to find in your new position.
I think as well, just in general, connection with people. I'm definitely not getting any of that in my current job. Because there's no one most of the time that I can consistently see and build a relationship with. I really found sort of stride in building relationships with my co-workers and supporting them and coming together as a team to make stuff happen. And that's really just gone out the window overnight, what seems like as well. I was definitely not expecting it, but that's been really difficult. And again, with I feel like it's my fault, because like I don't know why else it would have happened. Like I keep thinking that there's something that I must have missed, and I'm also kind of having that implicitly reassured by my partner as well, because this has had a financial impact on both of us, and that's really made us both stressed and shorter with each other, and it's been hard to tackle that as well, particularly when I feel like because of all of the stress we haven't really had the capacity to tackle that together. We've been more busy and more avoidant of each other and less patient with each other when we do interact. So
that's a lot, isn't it? I can see that you've got a lot of things stacking, piling on top of each other. So you've mentioned obviously with that job loss, it came with a loss of maybe a bit of purpose and meaning to your life, with the change to your new position. And you just recently mentioned a few other implications it's having in your personal life as well. You've got a sense of guilt, but potentially you're feeling a little bit blamed as well. That's really hard. So you started to mention about your relationship. Do you feel comfortable in sharing a little bit more about that?
I guess I was really hoping that if we were to go through like such a life impacting thing, that we would be more together in supporting each other through it. But we've just really found that we've been so stressed that we can't support each other. But part of me wonders if we can at any point find that capacity that maybe by supporting each other we can make our individual weights a bit lighter. I wasn't expecting that either, to be honest. We've had big like life changes in the past and been able to do that. But I don't know if it's like this is a bit closer to, I guess, having our like long-term plans work out. We've basically been on a trajectory of trying to get all of our ducks in a row to have a baby.
Okay.
So it's postponed that, as well as like we just added another duck of getting a new house.
Okay.
And we obviously got that when I had my previous position, and so the financial implications of the new house when I've had this big pay cut has been a lot. So we can only just scrape by and just afford the house, let alone a baby. So that's definitely needing to be put off, and I'm feeling quite a bit of just guilt about that, both from kind of sensing a bit of blame from my partner, but also just sort of frustrated with myself because I was really looking forward to that next stage of my life.
Yeah, well, that's really disappointing. I'm sorry that it's throwing your plans off. It sounds like you were headed in, your life's trajectory was working out, and this has really thrown you off course. And it's not just the job, it's the house, financial worries, and the plans of starting that family. So yeah, that's really difficult. You mentioned before that you feel like maybe you and your partner aren't sort of working collaboratively together. I'm just curious, what does, if you were supporting each other properly, what would that look like to you?
Well, we used to, this was like a year and a half ago, I'd say, we started really prioritizing after work, going on a walk together and just debriefing about our days and what happened, like the highs and the lows of it, and sort of just supporting each other and getting some background on what the rest of our life is like when we're not together. And I feel like that made us feel more connected to each other.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I can see that. Now, I am just conscious of the time we've got left in the session. So I just firstly wanted to thank you so much for sharing and opening up to me today. I know that's really difficult to do sometimes, and you've got a lot on your plate, and I really appreciate you taking the time to share that with me.
Thank you.
And we've spoken about lots of things because you've got lots going on. The job loss, the sense of loss to yourself, financial implications, and we're just touching on the implications of your relationship in amongst that as well. So I'm just thinking for moving forward and some goals that we could set together to start heading in that really good positive direction. What would you like in moving forward after today? Where would you like to sort of head? We were talking about self-worth, and then we started talking about relationship. Is one of those a good place to start, or is there somewhere else that you'd like to touch on moving forward?
I think maybe my relationship. My relationship. I feel like in previous times when we've had a big life shift, we've been able to be there for each other and support each other, and that's always felt like a very solid rock for me, and knowing that no matter what happens, I have that. And that feeling has dwindled a little bit with this event, and I just really want to have that feeling back. And I guess with whatever stresses that happened during the day, I knew that I could come home and have my partner be sort of like a safe haven, and instead I'm coming home and I'm feeling stressed about interactions with my partner as well. Like the stress just continues. So
Well, I think that's a really good place to start then. I think if you've got that solid foundation, we can and we know that it is possible for you guys. So I think that is a good place to start. So we'll move forward with that for next week. Is the same time, same place okay for you?
yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
Okay. Well, thanks again for sharing. I appreciate your time.